Welcome to WineWire, folks. I'm Nelson, this is Adam, and this is a place you're going to find all the fun wines that you get in restaurants that are pretty much non-existent in stores.
Welcome back to WineWire. We have a very interesting show for you. We are doing 3 very unique white wines from Italy, all aromatic, none of which are Pinot Grigio.
Nice.
Or Soave.
Ooh.
Or anything else that sounds like run-of-the-mill Italian white.
I thought that's all they produced.
No, apparently not. Apparently there's 2,000 grapes that we don't even know about.
Nice.
So the whole goal of this show is to help you navigate some of the more unique varietals. We have 3 that you probably will never have heard of, and we want you to come and experience them, so we're going to taste them on our show today. So, numero uno.
Numero uno is from the Tocai Friulano grape. It's called a 2011 Lison Classico, and it is 13% alcohol. It says right on the label, and there's a little note on the back here that I caught because I always read the fine details. Vino prodotto con uve biologiche, which to me means produced from organic or biodynamically grown grapes, something of that nature, which is a nice message, and it also has the certifying body stamp on the back, which does not mean it's a ploy. It's a real thing.
It means it's real. First of all, I must commend you on your Italian. It's wonderful.
Well,
second of all, the nose on this one is actually very pleasant. I'm picking up really strong notes of apple, fresh apple, as well as peach, stone fruit, so peach, nectarine, that sort of thing. You know, there's a little bit of minerality on this wine as well. I'm hoping it comes through a little more on the palate, but definitely the nose in that fresh fruit and fresh apple, fresh peach. So what we got?
You know what? Yeah, it's not a huge opulent wine. The aromatics really don't jump out of the glass. It's a very warm wine, kind of draws you in, but the aromatics are comforting. They're attractive. It has that Venetian quiet confidence about it, you know, that northern fruit with laced in a little bit of minerality. It really has a touch of class, this wine, and it's a DOCG. This is an old DOCG Classico. This is an old growing area, so they're sticking to their guns and they're doing what they've always done here.
Yep, I like it very much. I you know, very pleasant. I agree with everything, including that laid back Venetian thing you were talking about.
Okay.
All right, so you
should agree.
Will you hit me? All right, the second wine is actually, I'm very excited to taste. This is the Fondo Antico Grillo Parlante. Grillo, first of all, this one comes from Sicily. It's a 2011. All the wines we're tasting here are 2011. But there's an interesting story behind this. Grillo is the Sicilian word for cricket. Parlante means talking. Talking cricket. How many talking crickets do you know? Wait a second, Jiminy Cricket? Yes, it's true. There is a connection between this wine and the traditional Italian folk story of Pinocchio. Not sure how you get Disney and wine together, but apparently they did it. It is a wonderful little story.
You know what? Much more expressive wine here, Adam. I get a lot of tropical fruit and floral characteristics with just a pinch of minerality. It says very, very warm fruit to me, warm growing region with character. And I do know that this particular grape, the Grillo, is typically used for Marsala, and you really get that, which is a fortified wine. You really get some of that, you know, bigger, riper fruit characteristic coming through.
Well, palate is exactly the same as the nose. Tropical fruit, pineapple, a little bit of warm melon. But the minerality that underlies this is really, really wonderful. It actually creates structure for this wine. It makes it a lot more interesting than just the tropical notes. But it is a fantastic one, and aromatic to beyond belief. You know,
wow. This
wine comes in at just under $20 at $19.05. 13.5% alcohol, which is quite good for such a warm growing region. You know, I think it is going to be a very interesting wine for you guys to taste.
I think I'm really liking wines from Sicily, you know, because I really like this wine. I really like this wine, and I was blown away by the show we had on Sicilian wines.
Well, if you look back at all the wines we taste from Sicily, the thing that comes in is quality and value every single time. All right, what do we got? Moving from the far south to the...
From the far south to the northwest. We are in Piedmont here. We're in the Langhe hillsides here, and the producer is Elvio Cogno, 2011 Anas-Cetta. Anas-Cetta is proprietor's name, which is the Piemontese dialect for the grape, which is called Nascetta. that makes this wine. 13% alcohol, and it is a grape that was saved from extinction. It's a low-yielding, very difficult grape to work with in the vineyards, which made it unfavorable way back when, you know, productivity was really the force behind winemaking. And a few guys hung on to it and kept growing it, and fortunately we still have it around. Adam, what's this wine say today?
It's a lot more fragrant, a lot more floral than the wines we've tasted before.
Holy smoke, yeah.
There is a real spiciness to this. There is some tropical fruit. There is a grassy note in there. There's a lot of complexity, surprising from such a relatively unknown, very unknown grape. This is the reason why Italy gives so much, because there's all these different varietals. The Nascetta being one of them. They give so much, and not for a lot.
Wow, again, I'm getting some tropical fruit, like a passion fruit on the palate. Really intense, amazingly intense, with real freshness, even some citrus zest. But you know what? Again, there's minerality coming in here and creating just a real sense of place with this wine. Complex, layered fruit. You know, what do I want to say about this wine? I need food. I need to eat when I drink this wine, because it is so demanding on the palate. It packs a real big punch.
I could not agree more. You know, the one thing that ties all these wines together is the fact that they are unique and they come from a place. And Nelson hit the nail on the head. Each one of these wines represents the place that it comes from, and that's what you're striving for in wine. You want something that gives an identity from the ground that it was actually grown in, and that is what these wines are doing, and that is what you need to experience, and you need to try, and you need to search out, and hopefully we'll help you do that and navigate those waters.
Yeah, thank you, Nicholas Pierce, for suggesting we bring a show about grapes that you've likely never heard of. That's why we are here today, tasting all these fantastic off the beaten path wines from Italy. Folks, you too can give us some ideas on where to take our shows. We'd love to hear from you, and we love to hear from you and see you following us on Twitter and joining us on Facebook and those great places online where we really get to spread the word.
And last note, all the wines that we tried today, there's links directly below us. You can buy these wines. The agents will deliver them directly to your door so you can enjoy them in the privacy of your own home with your friends.
Beautiful.
Any last words before we sign off?
That's a great show. Yeah,
really interesting. And yes, we got to do more shows like this and bring out these real obscure wines.
Totally.
All right. Thanks a lot, everyone, and we will see you very soon.